Hi, my name's Patty Milligan, and I'm the agriculture educator at Northlands. I'm standing here right now on the beautiful Northlands Urban Farm. It's a 1-acre plot that used to be a vacant lot. Before that, there were homes. It was converted in 2014 to an urban farm. And now we have had thousands of people come to visit, to experience urban agriculture, to taste things, to touch things, to smell things. We have 5 different groups who garden here, and they garden mainly for their own consumption, but we also get to share it with you. So we have a flock of chickens, we have a beehive, we have a pollinator patch, we have solitary bee hotels. It's very beautiful, and we love having you come to experience it. Here we are in the corn patch. We grow corn here. It's actually a kind of grass. That's really cool. We also have leafy greens. So here are some very rich and beautiful Swiss chard that I love. It's actually my favorite vegetable. I'm gonna eat a little piece right here. Lots of flowers. You see our beautiful sunflowers, but here are poppies. They're very neat. They have gone to seed, and at some point these little heads, you'll be able to rattle them and you'll hear the little black seeds rattling back and forth. Here's a really cool plant down here. It's called a walking onion. Look at how giant this is. So these onions grow little seeds that fall and then root, and they keep kind of moving, which is why they're called the walking onion. We have so many vegetables and interesting plants growing here at Northlands Urban Farm. Some of them are unusual and some of them are ordinary, but they're all excellent. Here is our little pumpkin patch, one of them, and you can see the beautiful pumpkin blossoms that bees love. There'll be male and female flowers. The female flowers are the ones that form the actual pumpkin. And we have a faba patch here. They are a kind of pulse. They're from the bean family. So here's a big pot of fabas. We can just break it open and see the beans inside. There we go. Look at that, they're already ripening. So actually, some of these are growing in the fields in Alberta right now. They'll be harvested pretty soon. So those are two more amazing vegetables growing here at Northlands Urban Farm. One thing you might not expect to see at an urban farm is a tree nursery. We have one. It's a very cool project. Forest City Plants is growing some heritage trees collected from seeds from around Edmonton, but also testing out some unusual varieties like honey locust that maybe haven't been grown in Alberta before. Very, very cool. So not only do we have veggie gardens, we also have a tree nursery. These trees are gonna grow, they're gonna be sold, they're going to be in someone's yard, and I'm sure they're gonna make our city beautiful. Here we are in the one of our plots here at the urban farm, and I'm gonna dig up a little fresh carrot for you from this carrot hedge. Ooh, they're just tiny little baby carrots right now. Carrots are annuals. They have to be planted every year, but look right here. These red stalks, rhubarb. It's a perennial, a spring favorite. We love rhubarb. Let's walk through our labyrinth. We actually have a vegetable labyrinth. Starts off with celery. It's being protected from the sun because when it gets dark, it gets bitter. So you don't want too much sun on that celery. Celery's like rhubarb. You eat the stems. Here we go, some corn. This is, believe it or not, a cornflower. And then we'll look at some silk if we find some. Here's some silk from an ear that is starting to form. That is actually related to pollination, if you can believe it or not. Each seed on a corn matches a silk. Oh, tomatoes. Here they are growing. You can see here's this blossom, and this blossom's gonna turn into this fruit once it's pollinated. That blossom might not make it till the end of the season. But here we go through a tomato labyrinth. I love the smell of tomatoes. We've got some some peppers growing here. Okay, so, or is this basil? It's basil, so it smells so good. You can just rub the leaves and you smell it. Some more corn we're coming by, some more tomatoes. Monster sunflowers. So beautiful, especially against the Alberta blue sky. Some, looks like some greens, some collard greens, and some, look at cabbages. Look at these cabbages. They're so perfect. Looks like a little bowling ball. So perfect. And we have beets over here. I'm going to pull you a beet so you can just see what they look like. Perfect little round beet. Don't you want to just pickle that? Beets are my favorite. I know they're not everyone's favorite. Some dill. If we take the dill, rub it a little bit. Oh, smells so good. And here we have a crazy flower at the end, which is called borage. It's edible. The flower is edible. The leaves are edible. You can make tea out of them. And what's really wonderful is bees love it. So whenever you have a borage plant, you'll have tons of bees on it. So these are some more amazing things that we have at Northlands Urban Farm. We're really proud of our pollinator patch here at Northlands Urban Farm, and I'm beside a plant called bergamot, also known as monarda or bee balm. And you can tell why it's called bee balm. I can probably count 5 or 6 bumblebees right now working on these flowers. So there's about 30 kinds of bumblebees in Alberta. We see probably 4 or 5 different kinds here. We actually this year put out a bumblebee house that we purchased from Kerrywood Nature Center in Red Deer, and we don't have any bumblebees living in it, but we'll see next year if a queen decides to go in there. So it's really fun to plant flowers for bees because then you get to watch them, and that's what we call BTV. So yeah. Check out some flowers and see if you can see as many bees as we can see right here, right now. This is a little taste of the amazing things that we have at Northlands Urban Farm, and we really hope that you'll be able to come and see them live for yourself sometime soon. Thanks.